Praise him. You sound okay? Okay. Praise God. Mic check. Test yours out, Brian. Good.
Check.
Oh yeah, yours sound good.
Check.
Okay.
No, don't turn me down.
No, I'm gonna get some battery
Okay.
just in case.
How you doing?
Okay. Happy Sabbath, y'all. Happy Sabbath, family. Shabbat Shalom. All right, we're getting it together. We ready. We'd like to thank the Most High Yah for an opportunity to come before you this day.
Yes, sir.
All right, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm Brother Al, for those who don't know. This is my reader, Brother Brian. Coming to you on behalf of the Vineyard of Israel in the name of the Most High Yah. Got Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, with a message on the Sabbath day. Can y'all hear me okay? I can't hear myself. But the title of that message is Build Your House on a Rock. It's a statement, a bit of advice, all at the same time. A great piece of wisdom, right? Especially once we find out what the rock is and how it operates, right? So in other words, be like God, right? Because we all in the process of building a house. When we think about houses, what do we think about? We think about shelter or resting place or dwelling place, somewhere to live or inhabit. We think about safety, right? It's a place where we feel safe most of the time. Or if not, it's a place where we should, feel safe. It's a place where what? Where we build families, right? So we use a physical house. So in the physical house, you end up building your house or your lineage as well most of the time, right? Right? So build your house, right? But the Bible is encouraging us to build our house a certain way. And a lot of times we've been negligent on how we build our house, especially without even knowing or realizing, because we get busy every day, day-to-day life. It's a lot of things going on. It's, the world is a chaotic place. It's fast, it's instant.
Right.
It's just a lot of things happening. And without spiritual guidance and leadership and spiritual maturity, right, we'll be taken away, y'all. Mm-hmm. Right? We got to have time for ourselves. We got to have time to build up spiritual fortitude. Right? In other words, we got to have time to where we can think and reflect and keep ourselves sane. You understand? Because the world is very impulsive. The world teaches you in manners that you don't even know you're being taught. So it's very deceptive. So the Most High is encouraging us, and He give us some tools, to where we can be successful in building our house on that rock.
Right.
But without that rock is the Most High. That rock is His Son. Without them, your house is gonna be very chaotic, right? Because it's a lot of things going on in the world. It's a lot of hurt. Right?
Mm-hmm.
People need healing. You understand? And it only comes by one way. Right? So life without God is death. Right? Life without the Most High Yah, that's death, y'all. Life without His presence, you're living, no doubt. Right? You're living. But where the presence of God is lacking, you're going to see death in every situation, every corner you be in.
Right.
And we ain't just talking about physical death. It's things that go on that we would consider death. We would consider people being dead, although they have breath. Right? So we need to be resurrected in certain situations. Right? And there's a way we need to be made. Right? There's a way we need to be made. So let's start out very quickly at Psalms 132. I was reading Psalm 132, and I saw David reflected on how adamant he was on building a house for the Lord. Right? And this man had the highest seat in the land. He's the king. But in reality, there's no better person to build a house of God. Can't hear it. It's kind of low. There it goes. Help us out. You don't have to pump up the volume. Like the song, yeah, man. Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. Yeah. I heard it before. I don't know. But anyway, Psalms 132. Testing 1. There we go. Testing 1. Sound better now. My lungs were straining. My vocal. Like I'm on cigarettes. Anyway, you know, you can't make jokes over Shabbat. People be getting too tight. You know, they be about to kill you for making one joke. Like the Most High ain't got a sense of humor. Right, exactly. Joy is okay. I swear one of the fruits was joy, is it?
I think so.
You can be joyful everywhere you go except in the presence of God. How that work? What kind of God is that, right? Won't let you be joyous. Right? I don't know. I just don't read that, you know, about the Most High Yah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're going to be joyous. I don't care. You can say I'm false, whatever. You know, wisdom knoweth her children. That's what the Bible says. Anyway, Psalms 132. Psalms 132. Right? Psalms 132. We're going to pick it up. See, because the things that are written in the scriptures, they written so we can learn from, right? Right? So because Jeremiah tells us the way a man ain't in himself. Man don't know how to direct his steps. Right. So the Most High done laid down a blueprint and gave us a map on what to do and how to do so we can get good understanding, good will, so that we can experience life abundantly. See, the problem, we ain't experiencing life abundantly. Right. But what we are experiencing abundantly is death. You understand? We love that. We think it's normal. Sad and bad conditions all the time upon the people of God. Like, come on, yeah, really, y'all, come on. It's not supposed to be like that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have curses and blessings, right? Why we always got to associate God with curses? Right. Why we always got to be the ones under the curses? How we blessed from God then? Right? Forked tongue. Right? So we trying to enjoy and experience life abundantly. We trying to experience life in the presence of God.
Most definitely.
Right? And there's some things you got to do and give up. Got to give up that sin. Got to let it go. Got to build God a place for his spirit to rest. Right? He's like a traveling man. He's in a far country, heaven. When he visits the earth, right? He need a place to rest. He came a long way. Right? A house is a resting place, a dwelling place. Right? And he need to rest. Two can't walk together except they agree. Right. He need to rest in somebody that's like-minded. You understand? They look like him. That's his image. You understand? That's what he's looking for. So if we can spread his image, the world will be a better place. Right? We won't have so much chaos and death. First one, I talked to him. Go ahead.
Yahuwah.
Who?
Yahuwah.
What happened?
Remember David.
Yes.
And all his afflictions.
You see that? We know David was righteous, but that don't mean everything went well. But like the song say, he never give up. He didn't give up, did he? Yeah, go ahead. Remember, he said, asking the Lord to remember me in all my afflictions. In other words, when I do get into trouble, save me out. Right, go ahead.
Right. How he swore unto Yahuwah and vowed unto the mighty Elohim of Jacob.
Man, listen. Are you going to swear to somebody that you don't have a relationship with? When do you swear or make vows? What's one time? In marriage, in a covenant. You know what it takes for you to make a vow or a promise? What does it take on your part? It takes commitment. It takes commitment. And that's the problem with our people today. We don't want to commit. We come to God, easy, Lord. You know, we halfway in. You know, we don't make that full commitment. So how you going to really show up and change in your life? You ain't not fully committed. You kind of in, so, you know, you in and you out. When people come to marriage, they're not fully committed. That's why they give up in tough times. That's why money make divorces. Right. You understand? Where the love is. You made a commitment. You said in good times and in bad. You said rich and poor. You said that. Right? So people so easily back out on their commitment when the only thing you're born with in this world is a voice. The only way you can serve God really was with your members, your voice, and your mind. Those are your members.
Right.
Most High looking for integrity. Whatever you say, I expect you to do. You keep the covenant. Don't break it. David committed. What did he swear? Go ahead.
Surely I will not come into the tabernacle of my house, nor go up into my bed.
What?
I will not give sleep to mine eyes or slumber to my eyelids.
Man, you think this man, they had the most plushest Tempur-Pedic mattress?
Man,
I'm just saying. I guess real plush in the king's palace. Right? So what he's saying is, I'm willing to go without the luxuries that I'm afforded by the Most High already. Right? I can't rest with me living like this until I build him a house, him an establishment, right? A place for him to rest when he comes. Go ahead.
Until I find out a place for Yahuwah.
Yeah. Who is that?
And a habitation for the mighty Elohim of Jacob.
You see that? Now, who mind is this on? Exactly. Now I'm talking about today. We entered into the mindset of somebody who had a relationship with God and wanted to do something and build God a house, right? He ain't going out trying to do the most extravagant thing, but he is trying to build him a place for rest and communion, right? Somewhere where I can experience his presence. Not only me, but the people too. People need to see God. Only thing is, we're trying to see him the wrong way. Right. We want to physically see him. Like, you are the one that's supposed to be carrying the torch. The presence of God is supposed to abide in you. When people see you, they're supposed to see God. This is your reason for living. If you come under the covenant with God, you made in the image of God, you're supposed to be the house for him to reside in. Therefore, when the dark world see you, they see light because God is light. Right? This is what he looked for. This is the difference between religion, religious festivals, religious rituals. This is the difference between religion and a lifestyle. Most people never make it to the point where serving God is a lifestyle. See, in your house, you create the lifestyle. That's the covenant. In the houses, that's where we're supposed to cover. You the husband, you cover the wife, you cover the children. So when they come out into the world, they got protection. Where is their protection at? On their mind.
That's right. The
problem is we're not covering the minds of the people. The elders didn't cover our minds. That's why everybody is sick. When you go out, we're sick. It's evidence. People killing their kids. You know? Mothers leaving their children. Everybody on some type of pharmaceutical. Yeah. These are sick conditions. It come about by people not building your house like the wise man on the rock, on the foundation. So once you do build your house on this rock, now it's our job to go out and help heal these sick situations. But we never can get to this point. You know why? We're struggling with religion. It's hard for us, even in here together, to get along. We're sick. We're sick. How you build your house on Yeshua? He's love. And we can't get along. We're sick. We got schisms. And it's true. The part about it is nobody want to face that. But just chill out, Pastor. We're going to keep Shabbat. We all good. Sick. You're sick. You're neglecting the weightier matters, the bigger issue. We're sick. And the sooner we can recognize we're sick, maybe we can do something about it. You can't do nothing about it. Ain't no change, ain't no light. It's a difference. Think about this. It's certain people that come along through history, very rarely. You see the work they do. And the work they do is so special that they have an everlasting name. Right? Because some of them have stepped out of the banners of religion and start doing the work. Martin Luther King. We still talking about that's 40 or 50 years ago. That's how the kingdom looks. Somebody's doing the work. Non-violent. Right? He started doing some things in the earth. I'm talking about actually putting his hand to the plow. Right? And those people, hey, Malcolm X, right? People like that. Different people throughout history. Judas and the Black Messiah. You remember the movie? What's his name? Fred Hammond. Right? These people they're not doing religion. They're doing kingdom work. Where we're still stuck on religion. Right. That's why nothing happens. Right. That's why you have 67 churches on one block and one house in between all of them, and ain't nothing happening. Right. It's religion. That's why you have all the Hebrew Israelite camps. Every last one of us fighting each other.
Right.
Huh? But we brethren, though. We sick. Only thing we're arguing about is doctrine. Only thing we're arguing about is religious festivals. Stuff that it can't even save you.
Right.
But see, that stuff is easy. That's easy. Man, we keep Shabbat. Can't get the day right. But the bigger things we can get right, we neglect. Build your house on a rock. See, over here in the West, we haven't learned God. We've learned religion. David got a relationship. He knows. It's intimate time being spent. I know you. He writing on his behalf. Huh? How he get to the point where he can write on behalf of the Most High? Yeah. See, these are levels that we should be striving to achieve. All we do is seek after the low-hanging fruit. Yeah. Right? He already had low-hanging fruit. Look at his mindset. I already got the low-hanging fruit. But I'm going to go beyond, and I'm going to try to build God a house, and I ain't going to rest till I get it done. Now, how many of us is like that? We just rather argue on Shabbat. Open that Facebook so we can write a comment on how wrong that sister is. Let's just do that. Right? Because that's godly. Yeah. No? Confusion. Sickness. Where the light at? Where the light at in that? And then when the reproof do come, it's so forceful and violent, nobody can't see God in that. But everybody know God, though, don't they? That's why people struggle with the kingdom of God. Right. They don't know what type it is. Because the Bible testifies, let simple man born again, he'll not understand the kingdom. It's tight, but it's right. People always saying the kingdom ain't here because I don't see it. He's like, of course you ain't going to see it. Don't come by observation.
That's right.
We sick. When you got a mind that's contrary to what the Bible say, even though it explains it to you, that's a sickness. Who want to realize and recognize that they're sick? Even when you get cold, what you do? You start coughing on day one. You know you sick. In your mind, what you say? Nah, I'm throat itching a little bit. That's it, though. Right? Exactly. Allergies. But the sooner you jump on it and deal with it, the less time your cold be up on you. Right? This is the same way. But as soon as you let that thing linger on, what happens? Oh, that cold done turn into flu. Oh, you still ain't treated it, pneumonia, right? What else? A coma, right? It's just, right? What? I'm just saying. It get worse. Right? And that's how the people of God are. When we don't realize we sick, we don't do nothing about it, it just get worse. Right? This is how you know you sick. So I like to keep stuff like real simple. Real elementary, so we can, real practical. Right? This is how you know you're sick. You can't accept no advice. Well. Somebody come to you with the most simple and basic advice. You start an argument, you're contrary to it. Like, it's contention. You sick, baby. Just go and tell the truth. Yeah. You're sick. Your house ain't built on a rock. Because the Most High ain't sick. No. See, that's where we get the healing from, which we're going to read. Right? That's our job, to spread the healing. But people so stuck. They so stuck on playing church. They so stuck on playing Israel. So stuck on playing Hebrew. They can't see the real issues. Still blind. The Bible talk about the Jews in the Revelation. It said the Most High came to you to give them some eye salve. He said they wouldn't take it because they didn't even know they were sick. He said, we rich and we prosper. He said, not knowing that you're sick, poor, blinded, and naked. Right? That's how we are today. All this good instruction, this good wisdom we let pass. Right? You don't like reading. You don't like knowledge, you're sick. That's what it takes. In this world, the most elementary thing that it takes to get out of any type of dead condition is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And this is what we learn from the Most High Yah. But David wanted to be, we're going to get out of some. You know, I got that 2 for 20. Right? 2 scriptures in 20 minutes. But let's get that, or pick up where we left off. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 6.
Yes.
Lo, we heard of it at Ephratah. We found it in the fields of the wood. Look,
he made it known. He published this thing. Go ahead.
We will go into the tabernacles. We will worship at his footstool.
That's the most we'll worship at his footstool. Go ahead.
Arise, Yahuwah, into thy rest.
You see that? Rest. That's what you do in the house. Right? That's what he wants. He's going to ask a question in a minute when we go to Isaiah. Where the place of my rest? I done came all the way from the Shamayim. I need to rest. I'm looking at you like I'm not about to get in that fizzled. Right, that filth. Right there, guys. Right, I'm not about to get in that. Unclean. Right? People want to focus on not eating the unclean food, but you sitting up here unclean yourself.
Right.
You're spiritually unclean. You dead still. The Most High can't reside in that temple. When we come to the Most High, he said, come how? Mind, body, and soul. We're going to do it partially. People don't want to clean their body up, do they? Definitely don't want to clean up the mind, but let's go.
Thou and the ark of thy strength. Let thy priests be clothed with righteousness.
Yes.
And let the saints shout for joy.
What kind of priesthood is it today? A priesthood how? After the order of Melchizedek. He said, let the priests be clothed. Hold on, Peter talked this thing about the whole nation being what? A royal priesthood. And look at what he's saying. Let the priests be clothed. If you part of that royal priesthood, let the priests be clothed with salvation. You're supposed to be able to bring some type of salvation in these dark situations, y'all. There's too much darkness. You might not can be able to save nobody, from everything. But certain situations you might can help out. Right. Where you at?
10.
Okay, let's just keep rolling. I already went past where I wanted to stop at. But let's keep going.
For thy servant David, for thy servant David's sake, turn not away the face of thine anointed.
That's right. Go ahead.
Yahuwah has sworn in truth unto David.
Look at this. So because David had a heart and a mind to do something to the Most High Yah, he just left him out there like that. Huh? What happened?
He will not turn from.
Hold on. What did Yahuwah do? You say he what?
Sworn in truth unto David.
Oh, he committed. He committed just like David was committed. He swore. In other words, you know what he did? He put his money where his mouth was.
Well.
He swore in truth what to David?
He will not turn from it. Of the fruit of thy body will I set upon my throne.
That's right. So whatever came out of his mouth, he made a promise that he was going to keep that promise to David. And he did. But David had a heart to build God a house, a place for him to rest. A dwelling place. Let's go to Isaiah 66. I ain't going to take that long on the scripture no more.
Security. Security.
Somebody stabbed me in the back. You see that? Boy, I tell you. Look at Judas. But Isaiah 66, we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Right? Because what we want to do, what we want to focus on is we want to build our house on the rock. Right? Go ahead.
Thus saith Yahuwah.
What did he say?
Shamayim is my throne.
You see that? That's his throne. People trying to bring his throne to the earth. Anyway, but that's his throne, yes.
And the earth is my footstool.
The earth is his footstool, where he rests his feet. That's what that's what you use a footstool for, right? To rest your feet. I'm sitting in the throne chair, and I'm using the footstool to rest my feet. Right. Well, that's how the earth is. Heaven is his throne. That's where his kingdom. The earth is my footstool. Go ahead.
Where is the house that you build unto me?
Yeah, that's the question. The house is where you rest, right? So in the earth, he want a place to rest. So he's asking, where is the house, the dwelling place that ye will build for me? And you know what the people did? They wanted to build him a physical house, like all other nations did their gods. He already had a throne. He don't need no physical temple. I need a real house. I don't want you to worship me like the nations worship their God. Right. I don't need that temple. That God got a temple. You know what temple I do want? He posing the question right now. I need a place for my spirit to rest, my presence to rest when I come. What house will you build me? My hands have made everything. I don't want that. You just giving me that back. Nah, I don't want that. Listen. The Lord don't dwell in houses made with hands. Well. That's Bible. So why is he asking for a house then? The house that he wants is the one that you don't want to give up. And the only reason you don't want to give it up is because something else is inhabiting that house. That's right. So it ain't no room for the Most High. That house, in other words, let's say it like this. That house already has a master. You understand? We can all get that, right? So he can't reside in a house that already has a master. He had to kick him out. He ain't interested in sharing. Had no other God before me. I'm a jealous God. I'm not trying to share. Right? Nobody else helped me do the stuff I did. Why do I got to share? All right, so what house will you build me? Question on the table. Go ahead and read.
And where is the place of my rest?
You see that? Because the house is where you rest. All right, the Old Testament give us examples of this. You have wayfaring or traveling men. They come into the city. Right, the custom was they sit down in the middle of the city, and the inhabitants of the city who got the houses, right, they provide them a place for them to rest for the night, for the rest from their long journey. Right, it's like ancient hotel, type thing. Right, and when they come under your roof, it's your job. They're under the shadow of your protection. All right, so they should feel safe. They should be able to rest. Once they come under your shadow. That's how the Most High is. Right. When you come under the shadow of the Most High, it's protection, it's safety, it's life, it's peace. All right? So he asking, where's the place of my rest? Go ahead.
For all those things have my hand made.
You see that? Imagine turning right back around and giving somebody something they gave you. Like, what good is that? I could have kept it in the beginning, right? Go ahead.
And all those things have been, saith Yahuwah.
Right.
But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. Yeah, you know who this is? He's talking about Yeshua. He's looking for Yeshua to build him a house. Right, the same thing that he promised David, out of David's lineage, is one gonna come out of your lineage that I'm gonna build your house up by. Right, all he's talking about Yeshua. Yep. When you back up to the 57th chapter of Isaiah, it tell you, I'm the one that's up here dwelling with him to have a contrite and humble spirit. When we get in the New Testament, we see the Spirit of God was upon me. Right, so we see these things. So look at what he said. I'm going to look to this man to build me a place
of rest.
All right.
The Bible says, who is a rock save our God? So we need a house. Now watch this. Let's go very quickly into Matthew the 7th chapter. So if he looking to Yeshua to build him a house, why should you be looking elsewhere? So Yeshua came in the flesh. Watch what he said. This is Matthew 7th chapter. Pick it up at verse 24. Hearken to the scripture.
Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them,
yes,
I will liken him unto a wise man.
You see that? That's what we need, y'all. We need wisdom. And we need this wisdom from God. And we need it to permeate our community. And we need it to go from generation to generation. But for the simple fact that that hasn't occurred, we see so much death and chaos and turmoil and destruction. Always, all the way around us, right? Go ahead.
Which built his house upon a rock.
You see that? I'm going to liken this unto a wise man. I'm going to liken him unto a wise man that what?
Built his house upon a rock.
And who is that? Whoever hear these sayings of mine and do what?
And do with them.
Do with them. See, we hearing the sayings, but the doing part we're struggling with. Right? The doing part we're struggling with. And because we keep a feast, we think we're doing the doing. Right? Because we keep a dietary lawish, we think we're doing the doing. But he likened it to a wise man, whoever keep the sayings and doing them. Go ahead.
And the rain descended and the floods came.
So he's saying, look, that man, the wise man built his house upon a rock. Right? When he told Peter, he explained to Peter that he was that rock. And the gates of hell cannot prevail against me. So we experience the gates of hell every day. When you go outside and you see somebody that shot up a whole school, that's the gates of hell.
That's right.
In every situation that school shooting occurred, that's the gates of hell. Because a lot of times people are provoked, right? Which that's not loving your neighbor and brother as yourself. You know, so then you retaliate. You know, you sure don't do evil for evil. It just gets worse. Yeah. Right? It just gets worse. Yeah. But because there's no love there, the love of many is wax cold, you know, iniquity shall abound. Although iniquity shall abound, the wise man will build his house upon a rock, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. So we got to build this house on a rock. Who is a rock? To save our God. The Savior. Go ahead.
25. And the rain descended and the floods came.
Look at that.
And the winds blew and beat upon that house.
Look, this is trouble. These are turbulent situations. These are difficult experiences. Right? We all experience difficulties. We all experience some type of trauma. Right? And this is why we need to build our house on that rock so that we can stand. So that the trauma won't take us down. So that the troubles won't take us out. Right? So that the turmoil won't get to us. So that the wind and the rain won't knock down the house. If they're coming, this is life. But if when you start out building, you have that solid foundation. That's right. That cornerstone, that rock. And you can outlast our troubles, even death. You can outlast. But if you ain't building your house on a rock, you're just like everybody else. You can get all the money in the world and blow your brains out. Did you win or lose? You lost. You lost. Somebody said win. You gone. All right? Guess who got your money? A straight dummy. But go ahead and read.
And it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
You see that? He said the house didn't fall because it was built upon the rock. So just think about all the situations, the terrible things that happen, that you've experienced just in your life, period. They could have took you out. And they will take you out, except you build your house on that rock. It take commitment, don't it? Mm-hmm. It take commitment. It take faithfulness. How you build a house in one day? You gotta be. If you're not faithful to the job, you're not gonna get it finished right. You're gonna start, or maybe you didn't consider the cost. You're not gonna be able to finish. So you gotta be committed to the cause. That's how people succeed. They committed to the cause. It's hard to stop somebody that's determined. What do you say? Go ahead.
26. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man.
We're going to see what a foolish man look like, or what he got going on in his mind. What does a foolish man do? Go ahead and read.
Which built his house upon the sand.
You had two choices. Without the wisdom of God, you got a choice to build your house on. I'm giving you two choices. Build your house on the rock or build your house on the sand. Somebody foolish going to do what? Take the sand. It's easy. The shortcut. No, it is. It don't take much effort. I'll dig me a little hole in the sand and I'm good. But guess what's going to happen when the water come on? The wind might blow it down. You ain't putting no cement, no nothing on it. You just want to hurry up and do something. Nothing solid.
Yep.
Right? If you don't have nothing solid to hold on to anchor you, right, all the problems are going to get the best of you. You know what you're going to turn to? Drugs, chemicals, drinks, sex, violence, right? This is what you're going to turn to for your comfort. This is what you're going to turn to help establish you, to help you escape the rain. This is what you're going to help you escape the wind and the floods. You see that? And guess what's going to happen? It's only temporary.
Right.
You get the right chemical reaction, you could become suicidal. Where the rock at? See, we don't like the rock because he requires you to do better.
That's real.
He requires you not to be able to lean on your own lust, those desires. See, the rock make you live it out. You can't do it just once a week. That's sand. You're not grounded. You once a week. You got religion. They can make you lose that. What verse you at?
27.
Go ahead.
And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it.
You see that? Great is the fall of the house. Your establishment, each and every last one of us, is building some type of house. And the Bible is instructing you to be careful on how you build. A wise man will build his house on the ways of the Lord. Foolish man, you know what it is. You can see it. Let's see how the fool thinketh. Psalms the 14th chapter. Psalms 14. Look like we're only going to get half these scriptures in. Psalms 14. Oh, the Most High is amazing. He teach you everything from parenting skills, right? To brotherly love. To how to overcome adversity. Right? We like being dumbed down, though. We surrender. the most powerful weapon we got to our adversary. It's the mind. Yeah. Wisdom is stronger than 7 strong men. The Bible said about the king, don't give your strength to women. Right? Your strength is your mind. You need to let the Most High reside there so he can help you.
Right.
So your house can be established solidly. Because we're going to find out that the Most High give you sound mind. A sound mind is a blessing today. I don't know if y'all understand or know. But in the state of condition that we in, state of emergency, nobody can think anymore.
No.
I'm talking on the most basic level. Like, it's a tragedy. Yep. Verse 1.
The fool has said in his heart.
Remember the foolish man? The foolish man built his house on the sand. He's not going to be able to stand when he hit trouble. All right, the foolish man say in his heart or his mind, what does he say?
There is no God.
So how can I build my house on a rock and the rock is God? And to me, it ain't none. Foolish man said in his heart, there is no God. So what's the case?
They are corrupt.
Yes.
They have done abominable works.
Mm-hmm.
There is none that doeth good.
Gates of hell. Workers of iniquity. And we need to be aware of this type of individual because he's going to tell you his relationship to the righteous. And if you consider yourself to be righteous, consider yourself a prey. That's why you need your help, that help.
That's right.
The prey can run into the house for safety, right? Go ahead.
Yahuwah looked down from Shamayim upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek Elohim.
What did he find?
They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good. No, not one.
See, that's why he had to come down and be the example. He was the example. He was the house. Right? And every other house after him should be built similar. Right? You know how you go in certain neighborhoods and all the houses look the same? Only way you know the difference is the number. Right. Yeah, that's how every house should be after Yeshua came and laid the foundation. That's right. That's on the rock. But we don't have that, do we? Now you're going neighbor, you're going to get a pink house, a blue one, a green, lime green, purple, like Skittles bag. I'm just saying. Go ahead and read.
4.
It's confusion out here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge?
You see that? There's plenty smart people. There's plenty smart sinners, right? We talk about knowledge of God. You ain't talking about knowledge like in college. No, you talking about knowledge of the Most High because they already got it in their mind that there is no God. So how they going to have knowledge of God if they already accepting the fact that it ain't one? Right? Go ahead.
Who eat up my people as they eat bread.
That's the thing. That's why you need the rock. That's why you need that place of safety. Because the workers of iniquity, they said they eat the people of God up. They try to destroy you by any means necessary. And they can do it. And the only way you become privy is if you have knowledge of God. You start to see the evil works that they do. They eat up my people like they eat bread. We can't be ignorant, y'all. See, we ignorant churchgoers now. No, I'm saying we operate in ignorance to evil. Right? That's why we let it go past so much. Yep. You can't be ignorant. The Bible said don't be ignorant of the devil's wiles. We're too ignorant. Oh, no, they ain't doing that. They ain't doing this. Oh, they're making excuses for the wicked. Right. Oh, they can't be doing that bad. No, they trying to help you. That's your mouth talking. Yeah. Let's talk with that wisdom. Go ahead.
And call not upon Yahuwah.
You see that? They called not upon Yahuwah. Right? But they're in the same playing field physically as we are.
Right.
We can't escape them physically. They all around us. So we need a place of refuge, a place of safety. That's what the house does. That's the function of the house.
Right.
A place where we can rest from all of the turmoil. A place where we can rest when the wind is beating up against the house. That's what we need. And without God, we don't have that. And it's real easy to see. The evidence is apparent. You can see it. Right? Is that the truth?
That's right.
That's good. 1 Corinthians 3. We need help, y'all. We need help. We rely on the ungodly for help. But Christ got on the people in the scriptures about that. He like, you got a problem with your brother and you go to the unjust for help? Shall not the saints judge? 1 Corinthians 3. Pick me up at verse 10.
According to the grace of Elohim, which is given unto me, as a wise master builder.
You see that? Say a wise master builder. Well, we know if that's the case, you had to build on that rock. Right? Go ahead. He's going to tell us what it is, though.
I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon.
You see that? Yes.
But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon.
You see that, y'all? We all build houses. Take heed what type of foundation you build upon. Right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
For other foundations can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yeshua HaMashiach.
See that? That's the foundation. Ain't no other foundation that's going to help you outlast the storm, the rain, the gates of hell, the workers of iniquity, the devil's wiles. Right? That's the only foundation. So he's telling you, this is the foundation that he builds upon. So take heed to how you build your house. Why did the marriage fail? It ain't built on the rock. You built upon the foundation of Hamashiach. Guess what? Both of y'all gonna have the fruits of the Spirit.
Well,
you both got the fruits of the Spirit. When do you have time to argue?
that's right.
Or when can't the argument be settled or resolved, right? Yeah, exactly. Before the sundown. Right? See, we can't. And we don't be keeping it real. Your house is sandish.
Mud,
yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and read.
12.
But so the Bible is instructing us, though, to be careful or pay attention to how you build your house. You're young. You need to start out. You got a prime opportunity. You're at the base level. Right? Some things you got to change in order to build on a rock, though. You can't just build on this rock any type of way. Some stuff you got to do. Number one is to refrain from iniquity. You can't just come to the Lord, but you building on God. You still in sin.
Well.
You in sin, and when you start to build your house, you joining somebody else. What's going to happen to the relationship? You're going to be workers of iniquity. Meaning you're going to be practicing a lifestyle where y'all both work iniquity. And guess how long the marriage is going to last? As long as the sand lasts. It's going to be short.
When the rain comes.
Right? Yeah. When the problem comes in the tribulation, you ain't had nothing solid. Yeah. Where you at?
12.
Get that.
Now, if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest.
Yeah, so you see what? You got different materials that you can use in your building. Now, what you want to do is you want to get the materials that last. Right? Go ahead.
For the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, And the fire shall try every man's work.
Exactly. Imagine that you done start building your house with wood. When the fire comes, what's going to happen? It's going to burn up. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Of what sort it is. Mm-hmm. If any man's work abide which he had built thereupon,
if any man works withstand the fire, what happened?
He shall receive a reward.
See that? You see the reward, right? So take heed to how you build. A master builder is going to use the best tools, the best materials. Because he's a master. How do you get to be a master, though? It's automatic, right? You get to be a master without going through trials and tribulations. Yeah, so versus I used that wood that first time, guess what? I ain't gonna do that no more. I'm gonna get stoned this time. So I'm gonna be becoming better. In other words, I'm growing in grace. When we use it spiritually, we're growing in grace. Right? Okay, so I shouldn't be at the same point at year 1 when I come and build my house on the rock as I am in year 6. If I'm at the same point, I'm not growing. I didn't consider the cost. Right. I laid the foundation, but then I stopped. It got hard. I gave it up. This is what happened, right? What happened when stuff get hard for most people? They give up. Exactly. That's why only a few succeed. Yeah, that's the truth. People give up when stuff get hard. You gotta do like that song said. Don't give in, don't give up. All right, go ahead.
That's right. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss.
That's the truth, right? Yeah. Go ahead. Amen. Yes.
But he himself shall be saved.
You see that? Because he built his house on the rock. Yes.
Yet so as by fire.
So as by fire. Tried. Right? And you made it through. You was able to stand. Now watch this. We've been talking house. Go on, make it a little clearer, please. I'm sick of metaphors. Let's go and iron it out. Yeah.
Know you not.
Don't you know
that ye are the temple of Elohim?
You see that? You the house of God. And yet still, you know what the question is? What's our purpose? What? Don't you know you the house of God? We got an example. The Bible say follow Mashiach. Who was the example? Don't you know that you are the temple of God? Look at this. Go ahead.
And that the Ruach of Elohim dwelleth in you.
You see that? A resting place. His spirit has a place to reside, to rest. Right? And he's resting where at? In you. So what does that look like? Arguing and bickering and contention and fighting. Yeah. Getting on Facebook, arguing about scripture. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Huh? This is what people consider their righteousness. Right. What do it look like then? Yeah, exactly. So if everything is sick around you, you got the light, you shine the light, you bring the healing. But it's hard to get to that level when we looking out the window instead of going through the door. In other words, when our focus is on something else. Yeah. Don't you know? Read that verse again. Yes.
You not that you are the temple of Elohim, and that the Ruach of Elohim dwelleth in you.
You see that? Now his spirit don't dwell in unclean vessels. His spirit don't dwell where there's no agreement or no fellowship. All right, let's go to the 6th chapter of 1 Corinthians. I gotta put my space here. In other words, you gotta clean up that temple and make it a place where he can rest. Watch this. Verse 9. Go ahead.
Know you not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Elohim?
Who don't know that, y'all? If we just keep it real, who don't know that? Yeah. Even the wicked know that, though. The unrighteous, they ain't gonna get in. But we can still do unrighteous stuff and deceive ourselves. Right? Is that the truth? Mm-hmm. That's what we do. Go ahead.
Be not deceived.
There you go.
Fornicators.
That's what he be telling you. Because the biggest deception is going to come from within. And what you're going to be deceiving yourself is in thinking you're all right with God when you're not. I'm good, man. God good. Only thing I do is fornicate on Saturdays. Only thing I do is lie on my brothers. I don't steal that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill out. Like, Lord, come on now. You already know. Like, I barely steal. Yeah. Righteous ain't getting in. Watch this.
No idolaters. No adulterers.
The idolaters is the biggest one. See, it come in many forms, many different variations. But if you sleep, you're not aware. Listen, when you come to the Lord, you got to do self-assessments. If you're not doing that, you're sick. You forgot. Because this is a day-by-day walk. Right? You was good yesterday, but today you might have crossed the boundaries. And then if you figure, oh, no, I didn't cross the boundaries. Listen, Lord, you know my heart. We deceive ourselves. Well, the only thing about deception or leaven is it only takes a little bit.
That's it.
Because a little leaven.
Yeah,
exactly. But go ahead.
Nor effeminate.
What? Yep.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
A lot of effeminates in church now. Was that right? Go ahead.
Nor thieves.
Yes.
Nor covetous, nor drunkards.
Covetous. Look, why covetous? It's hard to love your neighbor as yourself when you coveting what they have. Is it not? It's hard. Because in reality, you feel like it really should be me. It really should be me. I don't how he got them jobs. He paid for them. That's how he got them. Yeah. How you get them? So instead of you can do the same thing. Why are you looking over him in my backyard? Yeah, you got the same ability. But the problem is some people don't apply themselves.
Yes, sir.
You won't wait on God to do everything. You think blessings come out of the sky. Like, come on, put your hand to the plow. Right? Then you desiring something, you don't know what it took to get that. You might knock in the stomach what that person had to go through to get that. You might not want to, even if you could. Right? You don't know if they got it unjustly. All you can see is they got it and it looks glorious and it should be you instead. You got to consider. Right? Go ahead. Everything is not good for everybody. All right? Go ahead.
Nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Elohim.
Go what you mean?
And such were some of you.
You see that? He didn't want to read that. And such were some of you. I don't like how he read it. And such were some of you.
I was in the wrong spot.
Yeah. You want to get do-over?
Man, false witness.
Yeah. So look how it is. We can relate, right? We can relate, and that's why we have to be washed. That's why we have to be recreated. That's why we have to be crumbled down and reshaped. And we have to be reshaped in a certain way, right? Starting with the bottom, the foundation. We got to build, right? We should be built differently, now. Go ahead.
But you are washed, but you are sanctified, but you are justified in the name of Yahuwah, Elohim, Yeshua, by the Ruach of our Elohim. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient.
It's true. Everything is not good for everybody, even if it's right. Go ahead.
All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any.
Let's drop down to verse 15. Go ahead.
Know you not that your bodies are the members of Hamashiach?
You see that? You're the temple. I'm looking for a place to rest. Well, I need a vessel. And if you are in covenant with the Most High, your bodies or what? Read that again.
Know you not that your bodies are the members of Hamashiach?
You see that? Go ahead.
Shall I then take the members of Hamashiach and make them the members of an harlot? God forbid.
Yeah. Committed. See, that's the problem. The problem is the commitment. You're not committed to building the house on the rock. You take them and he says, we shouldn't do that. Make them members of a harlot. Go ahead, watch this.
What? Know you not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body?
Yep.
For two, saith he, shall be one flesh.
Yep.
But he that is joined unto Yahuwah is one ruach.
You see that? He that joined to Yahuwah is one ruach, or one spirit. Because he needs the place, your body is the place for his spirit to reside. All right, go ahead.
Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body.
Yep.
What? Know you not that your body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh?
You see that? That's what you made for. So the Lord can rest his spirit. His spirit can have a place to reside. And the thing about his spirit residing in you, if that's the case, then there's life within you. Because wherever the presence of God is, there's life. There's light. Ain't no darkness. He all light and no darkness. Right? He in heaven. Listen, he trying to reign on earth. He need vessels. We supposed to be the vessels. When Yeshua walked earth, right? Check this out. Did he have two hands? A mind? Right? Did he have two legs and a torso? What you got? Oh. Let's see. Did the Spirit of God abode on him? Did we see that? What's the problem? It abode on him because he was a place for the Lord's Spirit to dwell. And the apostle right here is regurgitating the same thing and applying it to the people of God. See, but the problem is the people of God don't see themselves in this light. You see themselves as sinners who are always falling down. Like, that's terrible. You know, in the 60s and 40s, that might have been cool, but we got more light than that today. Now, we should have better understanding than to know we always have to fall. That's ridiculous. What's the point? We just going to fall down anyway. Let's just go keep tripping. I'm just saying. It's ridiculous out here. How we know who is sinning and the saint? Everybody falling. What's the power of God? The power of God is supposed to keep you from sinning. What the power is? If we just gonna fall down every day, that ain't no power. Huh? Except overcome sin. I'm just saying, because that's how we being taught. And you remember last time I made the statement about us just subtly inheriting these beliefs and these traditional teachings. This stuff is terrible. Right? We supposed to be made in his image, and he ain't sin one time, but we can sin and still be straight.
Right.
Like, nah, man, you can keep that. Go shove it back in the Bible sideways and close it up so you get it right. We ain't going for that no more. That's the point. All right, go ahead.
Which is in you, which you have of Elohim, and you are not your own.
You see that? We got to give up our own will, though. Quit being restless. Contrary. The most high simple thing, husband and wife, cut out all that arguing. He said be tender-hearted towards one another. What is the problem? Oh, the problem is we don't understand what tender-hearted means. Okay, let's go on and define that right now. So, because when we get this problem out the way, it's going to be another one. Right? Is it not? That's the truth. The problem is you ain't really took on his ways yet. You ain't fully committed. That's the problem. Somewhat. Semi. Go ahead.
20. For you are bought with a price.
You see that? A price that you couldn't pay for your own redemption. Your own soul. So how you going to accept the payment and still continue to be your own? He paid for you. You don't belong to you anymore. That's right. Your body is the members of him. We still want to belong to us. And that's the problem. And that's why people lose their religion. Off the simplest stuff. You never gained it. He tell you don't overcome evil with good. You say, he tell you don't do railing for railing. You still do it. You're not yours. I bought you so that you don't do that. I commanded you not to do that. How is it that you are mine and you still doing stuff that I told you not to do? Because you're still your own. You accepted the payment, but not the instruction. It don't work like that. Right. You still your own, under the pretense. Right, go ahead. Therefore,
glorify Elohim in your body.
Exactly. How you going to get the glory? You doing railing for railing. Something that I told you not to do. Because this is not how you overcome evil, but yet still you do it. How am I going to get the glory? When you answer a fool according to his folly, you become just like the fool. Ain't no difference between y'all. I can't tell. Huh? We're set apart. That means it's a division. It's a difference. You can tell. It looks. It feels different. But when you do the same thing as everybody else, and they master this house of tongue, who is yours? Exactly. So we have to practice being set apart. It takes sacrifice. I know it's hard not to do railing for railing. But that's how we've been taught our whole life. Right? But the Most High is like, we got to blessed are the peacemakers. For theirs is the kingdom of God. For they shall inherit the earth. Railing for real, ain't no peacemakers in that. You a hell-bound child just like him. Bro, you finished that, bro? What?
Into 20.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'm just going to start over.
Okay, yes. Right. Top of 20, yes.
For you are bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's.
Exactly. Because that's the temple that he wanted. That's the house that he wanted to build. He need a place that looks like somewhere where he will reside. Let's see how it looked when the Spirit of God is not dwelling in the people, is not involved. All right, let's back up to Genesis, the 6th chapter. And I want you to remember we talked about being set apart just a minute ago. There's a clear difference in this chapter. A clear distinction. I don't know how Noah the only one stood tall, everybody else. The sinners, the saints today keep falling down. I'm just saying, he say he was a just and perfect man. Shoot. But you today, fall down. Yeah, that's trash. That's trash. I'm going to keep saying it. I don't subscribe to that. Most High tell you not to stumble, don't he? He tell you, I give you the light so that you don't stumble. People that's in the dark, they stumble and trip, don't know what they're stumbling on. Verse 1. Harken to the scripture.
And it came to pass, when man began to multiply on the face of the earth,
yes,
daughters were born unto them.
Right on.
That the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Unequally yoked. Go ahead.
And Yahuwah said, my ruach shall not always strive with man.
You see that? What happened when the spirit of the ruach, he's looking for a resting place, right? I don't have a place that I can rest, abide, or strive. So what's going to happen next? If that's the case, what you going to do? Go ahead.
For that he also is flesh.
You see that? Now, is he talking about flesh and blood? Because every last man is flesh and blood. He talking about flesh, the works of flesh. Like the fornication. Like the murder. Like the idolatry. Like the covetousness. Right? Like the lewdness. Right? This is what he's talking about. This is how man is. Because remember, when he look on earth, this is what he's seeing. All this lewdness, all this devilment, right? That's all he's seeing. Everywhere he go, violence. Like, I'm trying to rest, and all I see is violence. Like, I don't have a place where my spirit can dwell. So if that's the case, what happened?
Yet his days shall be 120 years.
You see that? Take away some years off, man. A whole lot of them. They were living 8, 9. They were like trees back in the day. Like they outlasted cedars. Mesquite trees and stuff, right? See who's going to die first, the tree or the man. I'm just saying, like they were living long, right? But go ahead. That ain't the case no more. He said, because of my spirit shall not always strive with man. We're going to knock that stuff down to 120. And today, we ain't even making 100. Negro-like community, you ain't getting 25. You get 25, it's a celebration. Listen, we finna party like it's 1999. Go ahead.
There were giants in the earth in those days.
Yes.
And also after that, when the sons of Elohim came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them.
Look at this. You finna go somewhere else with it. They bear children. What happened?
The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
All right, so we're going to learn something. Because bearing children is part of building your house. Right? And the Most High gave us some instructions on that. Well, go ahead. Where you at?
5.
Okay, yeah, this is what he wants.
And Elohim saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
You see that? Because he flesh. The wickedness of man is great. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge? And what do they do to God's people? They eat them up like they eat bread. All right? So remember, his spirit is not striving with man. So this is the result. Come on.
That every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
You see that? Thoughts of the mind. Now, where does the evil take place? Or where does it originate? In the mind. In the mind. Like Yeshua said in Matthew 15. This is what really defiles a man. Right? The thoughts that proceed out of his mind. Fornication, adultery, murder. Right? All of that type of stuff. This is what's in the mind of the people. People talk about the days of Noah or back. They ain't never left. Only people that escape this stuff is the servants of God. This is the condition he's saving them from. But watch what he say. Thoughts are only evil continually. Go ahead.
And it repented Yahuwah that he had made man on the earth.
Yes.
And it grieved him at his heart.
See that? Grieved him at his heart, yes.
And
so everybody is at everybody else's neck. This is the kingdom of darkness. Ain't no brotherly love. All you see is extra hate. Right? We past regular hate. It's extra hate today. That's all we get, baby. I'm just saying. Because we extra with it. Everybody got an attitude. Wake up mad.
Right.
You already look bad. Like, you ain't got to... I'm just saying, like, when you wake up, you looking extra bad. Yeah, because when you get mad, I'm just saying. Go ahead.
And Yahuwah said...
Yeah, I know people be looking. When they look evil, they look. When they get mad, they look evil. They look bad. That's true. Well, you know what you say? What's wrong with them? I'm just saying.
Right.
Go ahead.
And Yahuwah said, I will destroy man whom I've created from the face of the earth.
Because his spirit don't have a place to reside, and the only place that he ever wanted to reside. If you notice, he was talking about his spirit residing in man all the way back here. This is the only temple he wanted. This is the only house that he wanted. So even though they built him a temple in Jerusalem, that wasn't the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal was for his spirit to reside in his creation. And now when we build our house on a rock, we supposed to be built in his image now, in the image of the last Adam. Just like how he made Adam, right? When Yeshua hit that ground and came up, the resurrection, that was the last Adam.
Right.
And everybody who built their house on that rock supposed to be the same way. But you got to kill the old man first. You got to kill that old man first, because this is the result. Watch this. Go ahead.
Both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahuwah.
Yeah, because he kept following. Huh? What you mean, Noah?
These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. Generations.
How you going to follow being perfect? How you going to be perfect and be following? Can't do it, can you? So though all the world was wicked, this is how it is when the Lord's Spirit get within you. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to have to kill you. If you fully committed, how committed do Noah have to be if he's the only one that found grace in the eyes of God? He says, but the whole world is wicked. Violence everywhere. Every man's imagination is evil all the time. And Noah, the only one, found grace. If he ain't committed, what's going to happen? He going to give in. Because everywhere around him is sin. Everywhere around him is the spirit of Hasatan. Or the devil or Satan. Yeah. Right? So if he don't have the spirit of God, and he's not committed to building God a place for his spirit to rest, he's going to give it up too. Because you know why we know that? Because the Bible lets you know that evil communication, it corrupts, right, good manners. A little leaven. Well, just like Yeshua. So committed, guess what they had to do? They had to kill him. You know what he told the people? Don't fear man, what man can do to you. Only thing they can do to you is kill the body. After that, they can't do anything else to you. Right. They got to kill the body because they can't get to your mind. When you sold out to the Most High, they can't get to your mind. They got to kill you. And guess what happened? They still lost. You still beat them because you didn't give in. Yep. You took the Most High with you to the death. Yep. Right? You overcame the world and all this wickedness. Right, that house built on a rock, when them tribulations came and that wind started blowing and all this. Listen, they had to kill you. They tried to knock the house down. They still couldn't get it done. That's how it is when we sold out. We on fire. We just ain't sold out. Right? Commitment ain't our strong point. We ain't learned that much in the West. We learn how to not commit. Huh? Yeah, we learn how to quit for sure. You know, a whole generation of quitters. You know, that's what we learn. That's right. We quit everything. Let's quit school. It's only 12 grades. Chill out. I'm just saying. You quit your diet every year. You try to start a new one. Right. No, I'm just saying. We quit everything. I'm the simplest stuff. You made one day at the gym. Right. You quit the next.
Still paying the gym.
Your daily reading. One day you quit the next. You was good one day out of the year. They killed you. I gotta quit this. This is too much effort. But I'm just saying, we learn how to quit. So how is it gonna be when we come to God? Man, we're gonna quit on God. That's why I say faithfulness. You have to wear it like a belt, a girdle. Right? Where were you at?
And Noah walked with the
Elohim. Get some more of these scriptures in.
That's the end of 9.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go to Matthew 12th chapter. You got to be reborn. You got to recommit. Oh, I say 12, yeah. Matthew 12. Verse 43. So the Spirit of God needs a clean vessel. You understand? We got to make ourselves a clean vessel. Got to get rid of them unclean spirits, them unclean thoughts. All right? You there?
Yes, sir.
Verse 43.
When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Right. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. Hold on for a minute.
You said the unclean spirit, right? It had a house. The house was whoever. It was just going to say you. This is just to make it relevant. I'm just saying, okay? It's because the people always looking around, you know, when the scripture's read, it ain't me, it's everybody else. Right? It's always everybody else, you know? So we just going to put it on each one of us today. Right? Self first. There we go. Yes, ma'am. So now, when the unclean spirit go out of you, because the Bible says such as some of you were, right? So it relates. So anyway, when the unclean spirit go out of you, right, it's walking, traveling. Remember we talked about that traveling man. So it's walking, right? What's it doing, bro? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Seeking rest.
It's looking for weak spots. The Bible, Peter said, the devil like a roaring lion go, walking, looking, seeking who he can devour. Yeah. So what is he using? Using the things that you love, your lust, your desire. He playing on your mind. Huh? This is why we have so many different mental issues and mental problems going on in the world today. Right? So the warfare is internally. So when the unclean spirit go out of man, he walking through the dry places. Now look at what he's seeking. What is he seeking? Rest. What is the spirit of the Most High? What is Most High seeking? A what? Rest. A resting place. Right? When you go into your house, that's what it's supposed to be. A place for you to find rest from the troubles of the world and of the day. So the unclean spirit is doing the same thing. It's mimicking. So you done finally got it out. Hell and high water. Right? You got it out. Go ahead.
Then he said, I will return into my house from whence I came out.
Ain't nothing happening out here. I'm going to go back in where I came in. That's you. Right? He coming back. Right? What happened?
And when he is come, he findeth it empty. Swept and garnished.
So the only way that he can come back in is because it's empty. You swept, you got it clean, you got the spirit out, but you left it in that condition. You became idle.
Right.
You didn't replace the house. He took all the goods once he left. You didn't refurnish the house. He took all the food and the bread once he left, the water. You didn't replenish it. So guess what's going to happen? Go ahead.
Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits.
Got a bright idea. I'm going to get some help this time. You were kind of strong on me last time, right? But give me some help. Come on, I know this place we can go. You all right? I know a place we can stay. So he take it to himself, what?
7 other spirits more wicked than himself.
Right, and quit looking for ghosts. That's the problem. It's not practical. Right? Quit looking. This spirit ain't no ghost. Right? He's unclean behaviors. You know, because people talk about the spirit, you all up in the clouds now. You know what I mean? Like, there's we ain't, we down here. Come back. Right? Like, focus. We right here. So it's things that make man unclean. Right? And this is what you end up partaking in even more so, because once you got it clean and swept, you didn't put no word of God. Remember the prayer, give us this day our daily bread. Right? You didn't replenish yourself with the daily bread. The bread of God, the bread of life, so that you can live. So guess what's happening? Only thing for him to do is to come back. Just not coming alone this time.
Yep.
Now go ahead and read.
They enter in and dwell there. And the last state of the man is worse than the first.
And that's the only problem. Now your condition is even worse than what it was before you got rid of the unclean spirit. Because now you got 7 more. Now you've multiplied your evil, your weakness, right? Go ahead.
Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation.
So let's see. So Matthew 15. We got to get out the clouds. Verse 17. So when you get rid of this stuff we about to read, you can't just get rid of this stuff and do nothing else. Verse 17, go ahead.
Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth into the mouth goeth into the belly, and is cast out into the drought?
Look, that's physical food, man. That stuff ain't killing you. I mean, it is, but that's not the real death. Yeah.
But those things...
But think about it, though. Even how they make the physical food unclean now. What? Oh, yeah. But they had to think about that. I wonder if I do this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead.
But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart.
You see that? So the stuff coming out your mouth, it came from your mind. Now, the only reason filthy stuff came out of your mouth is because that's what's in your mind. Your mind is filthy. Your house is filthy. You got unclean spirits up there. Huh? Yeah, that's what's happening. That's right. See, people don't like to think about themselves like that because they come to church. I'm just saying. We in church, yeah, but where your mind at? On devilment. Still unclean. When you leave, you haven't repented. Unclean. Like what?
And they defile the man.
You see that? Unclean, defiled. Go ahead.
For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murderers, adulteries, fornication, thefts, false witness, and blasphemies.
You think this wasn't happening in the days of Noah? It's the same thing he's saying. In the days of Noah, he said every thought of every imagination of every man's mind was evil continually. He's saying the same thing in his time, right? The evilness come from the heart. Out of the heart proceeded murderers, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witnesses, blasphemies. This come from your mind. This is what you're made out of. And this is what comes out. Right? Go ahead.
These are the things which defile a man.
You see that? Now, who want to do this? Nobody. We just rather come to Shabbat. We just rather come to feast and eat clean food. But this right here is still the problem. These are the works of the flesh. These are works of darkness. This is what got man years taken down from tree time to tiny time. Right? This is the issue. This is the stumbling. This is the falling. Go ahead.
But to eat with unwashen hands defileth not a man.
Man, that's a joke. The real problem is all of the above. Proverbs the 6th chapter. Proverbs the 6th chapter. Verse 16. Hearken to the scripture.
These 6 things doeth Yahuwah hate.
Like what?
Yeah, 7 are an abomination unto him.
Tell me something good.
A proud look, a lying tongue.
Let me ask you something. What you learn from society? Proud look. What's wrong with a proud look, though? Puffed up. So what do you do to other people in that instant? Look down on them, right? Believe. Right? You can't see them as your equal. Right? I'm better than you type, right? But this said the most I hate this. It's not saying don't take pride in what you do, because the Bible tells you to do the best you can when you work your hand. Do it with all your might. Right. So this is different. This is a proud look. This is how you think and you react to your brother and sister. Think you're better. So you've elevated yourself in the place of God. So you hate that. Go ahead.
And hands that shed innocent blood.
You see that? Thou shalt not kill. Hands that shed innocent blood. He's talking about murder. Remember, just say murders proceeded out of the mind. That's what he's talking about. When he gave you the commandment, he's talking about murder. He ain't telling you don't kill in order to defend yourself. Hey, you can do that on your own. I ain't on that. But go ahead. No, I'm just saying. Right, go ahead.
And heart that deviseth wicked imaginations.
You see that? This sounds like Genesis 6. Every thought of the mind is only evil continually. He hate a mind that devises wicked imagination. Go Go ahead.
Feet that be swift and running to mischief.
Look at that. This is a big thing right here. This all we got. Social media, this all it is about. Running swiftly to trouble, to mischief, to foolishness. Right? Because a man love foolishness, that same man hate knowledge. Mm-hmm. That knowledge is what's going to make your life better. That knowledge of God is what's going to correct or is what's going to heal that foolishness. Right. Well, you ain't finna do them both. The Bible tell you about foolishness when wisdom is involved. He said a man that's seeking for a reputation to be wise, even a little foolishness or damage it. They on opposite ends of the spectrum, in other words. Mm-hmm. You ain't swift in running to that knowledge about God. But that foolishness, man, send that to me. No, I'm just saying. You ain't seen such and such? You ain't seen that? Oh, I'm finna show you right now. Egging on evil. Instigating. Urge. Man, it's just ridiculous. All right, go ahead.
19. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren.
You see that? These are the things that he hates. So let me ask you this. If you're doing one or more of these, how do he feel about you? I can't hear you. They don't want to say it. Nobody want to say it. See what I'm talking about? He hates you. Right? You're abominable to him. Because this is what you're choosing to do with your vessel. Right? Instead of letting him take control and him help you and you using your members to serve him, you're using your members that he blessed you with to bring forth more hate, death, mischief, all of that. So you're escalating the evil in there, contributing to it. But I got something for you. He don't leave you without game, instruction, wisdom, knowledge, and light. Go ahead.
My son, keep thy father's commandment.
Now, where do the son reside at? Where do the son reside at? Next to the father. Okay, so typically, normally, we know that in the house, right? In the father's house. Right? So the son reside in the house. So that's where you receive the instruction. You at rest. My son, do what?
Keep thy father's commandment and forsake not the law of thy mother.
What you mean?
Bind them continually upon thine heart and tie them about thy neck.
Look at that. Bind them on your heart. Get this in your mind. Get this in your soul. This is going to produce life. Tie them around your neck. Because, you wear the necklace, that's your little glory. Right? I'm just saying. Tie them around your neck. That should be your glory. Go ahead.
When thou goest, it shall lead thee.
You see that? What happened?
And when thou sleepest, it shall keep thee.
Right.
And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
So in a dark world, the commandment is lamp. Go ahead.
And reproof of instructions are the way of life.
What they gonna do?
To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
Look, this ain't just talking about no church. That's why people can't see it. You strange when you opposite, when you contrary to the will of God. He talked about Israel one time. He called them strange children. He said they were Scottish children. They strange because they don't do what the Most High had instructed them to do. Like instead of you being my son, you like a stranger. That's what's happening. So the commandment is going to keep you from the strange woman. Go ahead.
Lust not after a beauty in thine heart.
Look, that's why you need the commandments to protect you. Because that strange woman is beautiful. Like, not regular beautiful, but like very beautiful. Like fornication beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? Like covetousness beautiful. Like stealing beautiful. Like adultery beautiful. That's the power. It's going to protect you from these things. Mm-hmm. And men give in to beauty. So it's hard for you to go out there naked. You're going to give in. Without the protection of the Most High, you're naked. Yep. You're going to give in to that lust, that desire. To that sin. Sin bring you forth death. All right, the lust bring forth the sin. It said when it's fully conceived, bring forth death. This is how you're going to walk without his instruction. Mm-hmm. The fool that said in his heart, there ain't no God. They don't have no instructions of God. Go ahead.
Neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
Mm-hmm. You see that? The flattery. The emotion. Most people commit sin because of the emotion. You know, if you could get past the emotion, you can overcome sin. I'm sorry. Most people just got to give in to that urge. You know, that lust. Like, whatever it is, you just got to get into it. Go ahead.
For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Mm. And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
You see that? That's how the world is, y'all. It's going to seek to destroy and kill everything it can. Right. And you ain't no different. You're a prey. You're going to be like everybody else out here where the Spirit of God doesn't dwell. No resting place. Constant trouble and turmoil in your life. Right. What else?
Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? No. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her shall not be innocent.
Okay, that's good. So let's get Psalms 101 right quick. We need some ways to overcome this stuff. So you got to feel, you get that evil spirit out, you got to feel that place with the Spirit of God. You got to feel that place with the knowledge of God, with the Word of God. I was just saying you got to sit up and read the Bible 25 hours in a day. But you got to learn the ways of the Most High. You got to start walking or imitating, the Most High. You got to come to where you start to despise the evil things. Psalms 101. We'll start at verse 1. Verse 3 is what we want. But we'll start at verse 1. Go ahead.
I will sing of mercy and judgment. Unto thee, Yahuwah, will I sing. I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way.
Hold on for a minute. You going to do what in a perfect way?
Behave.
So is rendering evil for evil? Is it railing for railing? Is that wise? It's your behavior. This out of your own mouth. I'm just saying, this out of your own mouth. So you do understand. So now we just got an obedience problem. And because you old, you think you don't have no father. Right? No, your father's a God. You got to answer. A lot of times we forget that. You let people provoke you, man, go on. You go right back and you do the same thing. Peacemakers. You got to start learning his ways, y'all. We got to perform. Right. Performance. Where you at?
Verse 2. Oh, when wilt thou come unto me?
That's what they asking. When you gonna come? Go ahead.
I will walk within my house with a perfect heart.
You see that? I'm going to walk in my house with a perfect heart. His mind focused on pleasing the Lord. Right. Go ahead.
I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes.
This is what our problem is right here. See, we think that the stuff that we observe on a daily basis and we listen to on a daily, we think that don't affect us. But it goes within. You soak it up like a sponge. Look at what he's saying. See, a lot of times you know where the wickedness is. So it's nothing for you to go walk over or go join yourself to the wicked. Well, he's saying, I'm not going to set a wicked thing before my eyes. Why?
Because I hate the work of them that turn aside.
Two can't walk together except they agree. He hate the work. Only reason you said that stuff before you is because of what? You love it.
That's right.
So you don't rebuke it. Them dark works, you don't rebuke it. You join to it. See? You love when Satan program you. That music make you feel real good. Man, it's just entertainment. Yeah, he's detained your mind. He feeding. It may feel good, but he's feeding you words. And a lot of times the words that he's feeding you is based off of hate. Right? When you reside in hate, you remain in the kingdom of darkness. Right? The Bible says a man who hates his brother is in darkness. You're in darkness, you're in the kingdom of Satan. Yeshua came to reverse that trend, to shine the light. That's why y'all can't stop arguing. I'm just saying.
That's right.
That's why you can't stop lusting. Where we at? I lost my thought.
Into 3.
Okay.
It shall not cleave to me.
It shall not cleave unto me. Right? We learning something about the mind, y'all. That's what the game is, right? Job 34. See, we out here reckless with our members that God has blessed us with. So you give your mind over to anything. You let anything control you. You let anything. People are influenced. You're influenced by what you see on TV. Don't you understand? You act just like what you view. That's why I'm putting Desperate Housewives and Thugs of Atlanta in front of you like that. I'm just saying. Because I know if I put it in front of you and you go join yourself to it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to mimic what you just saw. It's like a child observing his parents and mimicking their behavior. We out here playing with what God done blessed us with. So we'll give ourselves over to that stupidity. But to the wisdom of God on the straight, man, no. It take too long. Boring. You know what we're going to start doing? We're going to put some music in the background when we giving a lesson. So it won't be so boring. I'm just saying, well, make it a little more entertaining, right? Yeah.
Bars too.
As I'm saying.
Bars, so
get this down in our soul. Verse 2, go ahead.
Hear my words.
What you mean?
Oh, you wise men.
You see that? Hear my words, you wise men. Go ahead.
Ye that have knowledge.
Of God, yes.
That give ear unto me, ye that have knowledge.
Yes.
For the ear trieth words, as the mouth tasteth meat.
It's just entertainment. To the blind, it is. It's influence. It's a subtle way to influence you. How long will the simple ones love simplicity? This is why can't nobody think no more. You've been dumbed down. Whatever CNN tell you, that's what you think. That's how it is. Whatever BET and all the other, whatever that stuff tell you, that's how you think. I'm lying. Guess what happened? They bring forth a dress code. Guess what's going to happen? I'm going to go ahead and get the dress code. Whatever the NBA tell you how to think, that's how you're going to dress. Yeah. Why do you think everybody like Jordans? They glorified that. So guess what happened? Most people go and buy Jordans. Because they had that original thought to buy Jordans, didn't they? Yes, they did. It's just entertainment. You was influenced. You was programmed to buy Jordans. Sure happened. Yeah. $12 shoes, I'm going to charge $2 million. I'm just saying it took $12 to make them. Took maybe 2, yeah. I'm going to charge $2,000. And guess what's going to happen when you get them? You're going to flaunt it in your brother's face. Yeah. You're going to provoke somebody. They're going to want to take them from you. You're going to make somebody covet. So you ain't, man, say, you ain't realize I use you to bring forth more wickedness. Yeah, you went and spent all your hard-earned money, slave, and now you broke. Now you asking to borrow money, and you got on $200,000 pair of tennis shoes, and then you go and flaunt them like you doing something. You provoking somebody. You make somebody covet. Man, I need to get them. I don't even know why he got them. It look better on me. So you know what's happening? People used to get killed over these things. Because this influence affected you, and not only you, but thousands of other people. So I can't get them. I don't have the money to get them. Guess what I do? I'm going to take that from you. I'm 220. You weigh 140. It's like taking candy from a baby. Yeah. So guess what's going to happen when you get your shoes took enough times? I'm finna go out and get me a missile. Yeah, come on with it now. Right now, guess what happened? Murder. It's just more and more and more wickedness. See, this is how it is when we walk blindly. The stuff we glorify. Yeah, instead of giving the glory to the Most High Yah, you give it to Jordan. No, I'm just saying. Yeah. You give it to things that don't even live. You got to go out and purchase. The ear try words, y'all. Like the mouth tastes meat. So you don't think the Most High know that? He's the one instructing us about this. So look at what he said right here. Deuteronomy, I think it's 11th chapter. Let me throw this in. Deuteronomy 11, verse 18. Go ahead.
Therefore shall you lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul.
Look, this is the daily bread. The words of God, right? The daily bread. It's for your nourishment. All right, come on.
And bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as frontlets between your eyes.
Man, don't you know people can tell if you keep the commandments or not? Because it look different. It look different. You don't react the same way to other people. All right, go ahead and read.
And you shall teach them your children.
Look at that. What am I teaching them? The words. The words, the ear try words like the mouth try meat. Influence. Right? So this is why you have that haughty attitude. You've been taught, you've been influenced. You've been taught to look down on the next man. The rap songs teach you about taking somebody else's property. Right? They teach you that. The rap songs teach you to show off your body. Ladies. Men too, but still. Y'all glorified more. It's glorified by y'all more. But look at what you're doing. Got on the tight, right? Spandex, see-through. What are you doing? Causing somebody else to lust. People can't help but see that. You done came all out in public. All right? Exposing everything. And the only thing you're doing is causing somebody else to lust. Why would you do that? This is what's in your mind, ladies. Where the knowledge at? Man, skip that knowledge. Let's use this body, baby. And guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to reap the benefits of what you put out. You're going to get with he, man. He going to get you pregnant. He going to leave you. Now you got 4 kids. It's just you. He, man, gone. He on to the next one. Guess what that body look like now? Now you try to cover it up, don't you? You should have covered it up in the first place. All right? Man, it's just we backwards out here. We backwards because we don't like the knowledge of the Most High. Right. Where he at? I lost my spot.
Top of 19.
Don't forget out of her. Yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of them, when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way.
Look at this. This building your house on a rock. You giving your children a chance at life.
That's good.
Right? Because what you're doing, they're seeds. You're harvesting seeds that one day you're going to have to reap from. And we ain't putting nothing in them. Guess what we're going to reap? The wind. We ain't going to reap. They ain't got nothing. Only thing they know is folly. What they going to bring forth? Folly. More folly. More detriment to the community. Right? More detriment to the kingdom. Children that if they're irresponsible now, they're going to be more irresponsible as they get older. When you're irresponsible, you have babies and you don't keep them. No, that's irresponsible. Right? You just use your body for pleasure. That's irresponsible. That ain't of God. That's of your lust. Right? At least you could do is be responsible. Least you could do is take care of what you create. Teach them. You're going to have to harvest from these seeds. Go ahead.
When thou liest down.
So that means, parents, that means we got to get involved. That means we got to get involved. We got to get all up in their business. That's what it means. They ain't doing nothing but foolishness anyway. Bringing shame up on our names. It's time to get involved. Right? If they're going to hate us, let's give them a real reason. You know what I'm saying? You figure you're a real reason. You messed up the church's money. We're going to show you how to hate. Right? Yeah, that's what we got to do. So we got to get involved. Because this is what the Most High is commanding us. We got to give them some substance. Right? Give them a foundation, a rock, so they can build on that rock. Right? We got to lay that foundation. So he said, teach them to your children. Go ahead.
And thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thine house, and upon thy gates.
You ain't got to go writing commandment on the wall. Like, get this in your mind.
Yeah.
Right? Get this in your mind. That's the problem with Israel. They never got it in their mind, in their heart. Right? Go ahead.
That your days may be multiplied, in the days of your children.
Look at that, because it's life in the presence of God. When these things are around, his presence is around.
That's right.
Right, go ahead.
In the days of your children, in the land which Yahuwah sware to your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven upon the earth.
You see that? They bring forth heaven on earth. Instead of it being like the days of Noah, it'll be like heaven on earth. We got work to do, don't we? Proverbs 22. If you didn't want to give up your life, you had children young, hey, you already messed up, don't mess up twice. Proverbs 22, verse 6. Proverbs 22 and 6. Go ahead.
Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
See that? Got to give him something to hold on to. Right? If you imparted to them, you did your job. If they don't take heed to it, that's on them. But the Bible ain't lying. He said if you teach them, they ain't going to go astray. Guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to kill them. Right? You have to kill them. You got to get this, you're trying to get this God out of me? Say, we're going to the grave with this. We're going to the grave with this, baby. Spirit of God, it's that strong. If we can get it down in them, it's that relentless. We got to get it first.
That's right.
We got to get it first. Did you finish verse 6?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to 1 Corinthians 13. I'm finna speed up a little bit. I don't wasted enough time talking. Oh, I wonder why I look right. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 11. He said if you train them up, right, they won't go astray. Or he said, train them up in the way they should go. Right? Watch this. Go ahead.
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Yeah, of course, they're going to have folly on their mind. They're children. Right? You just train them up. They'll get sense one day. But even because we was the same way. Right? When I was a child, I thought it's verse 11. Go ahead.
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
I understood.
I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
So where the men's at? That's what children do. Have babies and don't take care of them. That's childlike, ain't it? You got a whole wife. You don't take care of. Right? That's what children do. Right? When you're a child, you try to do a play the field. Huh? You say, but when I became a man, you say, I put away that childish stuff. Boy, still running around like children. Yeah. Where you at?
That was 11.
Go ahead.
12. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, charity.
Look, this is what we're going to be teaching. Faith in the Most High, hope, charity. All right, that's love. Go ahead.
These three, but the greatest of these is charity.
That's the greatest. That's the best thing we can teach them. Because we don't teach them how to love, they grow up hating. That's hate when you have children and leave them. So guess what we glorify in our community? We glorify hate, don't we? How are we going to get better? Only thing we love is hate. Right? We love to hate. We need to get better. That's darkness. We're supposed to put that childish stuff away. We're trying to grow on to perfection. Right? We need to put those things to death. Right? Those are works of the flesh. We got to kill that stuff. Right? We got to kill that stuff. And this is how we have to be reshaped or remade. Let's go to Colossians, the 3rd chapter. Pick me up at verse 1. So when the Bible talk about the clay and how he marring it up, like that's just like when you are without the word, the old man, corrupt. All right, it's time to kill that stuff. Put it to death.
Right.
Get rid of them unclean spirits. You got to kill that stuff. And not only do you have to kill it, you have to replace it and replenish it with the positive. Right? We got to have a whole renewing of the mind. But we got a great example. We're going to learn. Verse 1, hearken to the scripture.
If you then be risen with the Mashiach.
You see that? So once we put those things to death, it's just like we died ourselves, just like the Mashiach died. So if he raised, so we're supposed to be risen too. But you're not supposed to, if you died an adulterer, right? If you died a murderer, an effeminate, somebody that's lewd, right? A fornicator, a liar, right? There's no way you should be, well, I say it like that. There's no way you're going to be raised like that. Two things. You haven't died to begin with. Right? Or if you did, he ain't raising no corpses to remain in that same state. If we died in Hamashiach, we supposed to be created in his image now. That's how God made man in Genesis 1. In his image. Right. They had to come teach man how to put on brotherly love, walk after the ways of Christ, the last Adam, and now he got to reformulate you to look like the last Adam, Christ. And that last Adam, he walked in righteousness. So you messed up a whole lot in life. Okay, let's kill that. Let's go and start over. Let's go and build this house on a rock this time. Right. So once the foundation is laid, that's Christ. So this time when I resurrect, or when we build a house, you're going to look like the house that Christ laid. You're going to look like the last Adam. The last Adam is made in righteousness. So now when we made in righteousness, now we look like the image of God. Now we made in his image.
Absolutely.
All right? Go ahead. So seek, and if that's the case, he says, seek those things which are above. All right, go ahead.
Where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of Elohim.
Like what you want me to do?
Set your affections on things above, not on things of the earth.
That's the truth. All right, not on things of the earth, which you did that in your prior state, your prior condition. Go ahead.
For you are dead, and your life is hid with Hamashiach.
Remember that we was reading earlier, you're not your own? You died. You said your life is hid. Hamashiach is that atonement, that coverage.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
In Elohim. When Hamashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall you also appear with him in glory.
How you going to appear and you don't look like him?
Well,
go ahead.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth. Fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection.
This is the things you're supposed to be getting out of the house. This is unclean. This is what defiles. This is every thought of every man's imagination evil. This is what it look like. Go ahead.
Evil concupiscence and covetousness, which is idolatry.
Why should I do that?
For which things sake the wrath of Elohim cometh on the children of disobedience.
You see that? You know what it is. Now, I know all of us think we can handle God's wrath. Yeah. That's a lie, ain't it?
Straight up.
You don't want to. He got perfect destruction. Right. Somebody wish they was dead. That's perfect destruction. Huh? Well, you done. Man, go ahead.
In the which you also walked sometime when you lived in them.
You see that? You used to live in those things. You shouldn't be raised in Christ and still living in these things. That's not how it happens. You still that same old person. And just because you did a ritual and getting wet, that don't mean you changed. See, that's the difference between religion and a lifestyle. Of course you got baptized. Actually going into the water is not what's going to change you, though. It's just symbolic.
Right.
Right? If you still got filth and dirt in your heart, guess what you're going to come out of that water in? Filthy and dirty. But that's what we put all our stock into, the religious portions of the stuff. Right? That's no different than what you do on Shabbat. You come to Shabbat dirty, you get happy, a couple hours, you leave Shabbat dirty.
Yeah.
No change. And then you go all week, expressing your filth, exercising your filth, infecting people with your filth. Right? You're the real vaccine.
Well,
no, I'm just saying. What verse we at?
8.
We got to do better. Come on.
But now you also put off all these, anger, wrath, malice.
You say anger? Everybody mad. Have you ever been to a congregation? Soon you walk in the doorman mad. Where you going? What's your name? Who you? Like, whoa. Are we in jail up in this? Like, well, what are you talking about? Say, listen, let's get out of here. Huh? Where your nightgown with your friend? What? Man, yeah. Wait, what? Let me look on the name of this beat. I don't think I walked in the wrong spot.
Right.
Shoot. What? Anger. I'm just mad for no reason. Right, like Yeshua did this.
Right.
He walked around angry for no reason. Man. Whole nother spirit. Go ahead and read.
Wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth.
Oh, my. Go ahead. What you want me to do?
Lie not one to another.
What you mean?
Seeing that you have put off the old man with his deeds.
You see that? You put off the old man. You're supposed to be reshaped. Old. That old potter's clay. You're supposed to be formed into something new. A better version of yourself. Right? Like what?
And have put on a new man.
See, look at this. The last man, Adam, you're supposed to be made in his image. You put on a new man. You're not new if you still fornicating. Right. Still lying. You still full of pride. You're old. I'm just saying, old stuff pass away. You're old. Even though you're young, you're old. Right? Go ahead.
Which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him.
You see that? We supposed to be renewed in what? Knowledge. After what? In what type of image? After the one that created you. That's Christ. Created all things. That's building your house on a rock. You look like him. It's time to start walking in those type of ways. Right? 1 Peter 5. Let's read. Some things we got to do to make that happen. 1 Peter 5. Let's find it. First Peter 5, verse 8. Go ahead.
Be sober.
Look at that. First thing he tell you to do. Be sober-minded. We looking for help. The whole world is drunk. Well, we need help. First thing I need you to do, be on the lookout. You can't do this if your vision is impaired.
That's right.
You know what impairs your vision? Different chemicals or different spirits. Keep you from being able to see clearly, meaning being able to think clearly. That don't come from God. God give you something else when it comes to the mind. We'll look at next. Right? So we need to be recreated in his image. I'm going to show you. It's healing in his image, being made after his ways. But go ahead. He said, be sober. That's the first thing. Go ahead.
Be vigilant.
Be vigilant. Be on the lookout. Be watchful. Why is he warning you like this if everything for play? If it's really a game, you can set anything before your eyes. Why is he warning you like this? Exactly. Go ahead.
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Now, is the devil an adversary to the devil?
No.
Adversary, the devil ain't an adversary to himself, is. He sure told you that. He say Satan cast out Satan. His kingdom is divided, ain't gonna stand. So if we don't look at him as being an adversary, sure, you know what it is. I'm not an adversary to myself. Satan ain't an adversary to Satan. Satan is an adversary to the will of the Most High, though. So this just lets you know where you line up. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Whom resist steadfast in the faith.
You see that? It say resist him being steadfast in the faith. In other words, just like when you get rid of them unclean spirits, put some God knowledge in their spot. Right. Put some faith. All right, go ahead.
Knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. But that's, Elohim of all grace. That's good. No, we don't want this. That's good. Let's go to 2 Timothy 1. 2 Timothy 1. And that mind, we got to use that to serve God with. We got to take our mind back. Can take control back of your mind. The mind is the thing that Satan's manipulated the most, y'all. That's why the people are sick. On all type of drugs and spirits. They look at everything to get away. All right? To escape. Look to the rock.
First Timothy, he said, be sober-minded, right? Verse 7, what happened?
Consider what I say.
Second Timothy. Did I say first? 2 Timothy 1.
Oh,
My fault.
I was in the second chapter. So.
Verse 7.
For Elohim have not given us the spirit of fear.
He said, why all the people of God are scared?
Well,
afraid.
Well.
They don't come from the Lord. But what did he give us? Now, you know why? Because when I say it, people they're afraid to stand up against the wicked. Right? They're afraid to speak up for what's right. The spirit of fear. God didn't give you that. He said the righteous are bold as a lion. Right? So where you get that fearfulness from? Go ahead and read.
For Elohim have not given us a spirit of fear, but of power.
You see what he's giving us? Power. Come from God. Go ahead.
And of love.
Come from God.
And of a sound mind.
Definitely come from God. A sound mind is a blessing this day and age. To be able to think clearly, be able to self-reflect, be able to analyze what you're doing and see if you're on the right side of things, that's a blessing. A sound mind. The people's minds ain't sound. It's not a sound mind where somebody can leave their children in the house and say they good. I check on them every 2 weeks. That's a sick mind. It's not a sound mind for somebody to touch little child, a grown man to touch little kids, is it? That's a sickness. It's not a sound mind for a man to act like a woman or a woman to act like a man. This is not a sound mind. This is corruption and destruction and confusion. It's not a sound mind for them to try to infect your children and tell them that that's okay. So guess what? If you're not imputing this knowledge of God to them, letting them know that ain't okay, that's a sickness. God created a man to be a man, a woman to be a woman. Ain't no transgender, and no he, she's, and she males, and all that stuff. No, listen, that stuff is a sickness. And the only thing that's going to do is divide the creation so much so if it keep going that way, it's going to come a point in time where the last man will take his last breath. Disease and a sickness. He said even nature teach you against that. But the righteous ain't going to say nothing about it, are they? Spirit of fear. They don't close my church down. My church going to pay tax. Spirit of fear. You're making up an excuse so you don't have to do the right thing. You ain't even tried to see how it's going to play out. You already accepted the loss. All right, sound mind. That come from God. So you can't, how your mind going to be sound if you constantly infecting it with garbage? That sound mind going to get sick slowly. See, because that garbage, what it does, it clouds your judgment. You start making decisions you wouldn't normally make because you start seeing that it's cool with everybody else to be lenient like that. Compromise, exactly. No standards. Right? Bad company corrupt good morals. So keep on accepting the bad company. Keep on taking it in. Keep on agreeing with it. Only reason you agree with it is because you like-minded. You sick. What verse? That was 7. Oh, that was all 7? Okay. Well, that's enough. Let's see something. Pick me up at, I'm finna get ready to get them out of here, but pick me up at, oh, you laughing? Malachi, the 4th chapter. You know, messed up now. It's 3 days once you go to the Old Testament. I'm saying you just added 3 days to each lesson once you go to the OT. My
bad, guys.
Yeah. Malachi 4. Malachi 4. So we're in need of healing, y'all. It's our job to bring forth the healing. If we got the light, we following the light, right? It's healing in the Most High. Right? We got that knowledge. It's our job to bring forth that same healing. That's what we got to do. Verse 1. Go ahead.
For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Yes.
And all the proud, yea, and all the wicked, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahuwah of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Right.
But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness.
It's different, y'all. The wicked versus the righteous.
Yeah.
Unto the ones that fear the name of the Most High. Shall what happen to them?
The Son of righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
You see that? Shall arise with what? Healing in your wing, in his wing. That's good. Because that's what you're supposed to do to the sick world. The people sick, you bring the medicine, the balm. He showed, he healed you. It's your turn to go out and heal somebody else.
That's right.
Shine the light. The world is sick. They're in need of healing. It's our job to go spread that healing. Because that's the one that fear the name of the Lord, the only ones who getting it. Right? The healing. He said, read that again. Go ahead.
But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and you shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
See that? You're going to grow forth and grow up as calves in the stall. Right? So we got to bring forth this same type of healing. Because we got the sound mind. We sober-minded. Think clearly. We can see the light. So it's our job to go and spread this same thing.
Absolutely.
Instead of spreading the darkness, we're supposed to spread the light. Matthew the 4th chapter. So it'd be like Yeshua, the rock. Let's see what he did. Matthew 4. Matthew 4. Verse 23. Matthew 4, verse 23. Go ahead.
And Yeshua went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all manner of sickness and manner of disease among the people. Look at that, y'all.
Healing in his wings. What did he do? We're supposed to be like him. What did he do again? Go ahead.
He went about Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom.
You see that? Ain't nothing different for you.
Well,
go ahead.
And healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people.
You see that? What you supposed to be? A light to a dark world. You supposed to bring the healing just like the... How else the world going to get healed? See, what the people of God think it ain't their job. That's why we continuously sit down and wait and don't do nothing but fight and bicker amongst each other. Back and forth, right, on all type of social media sites. That ain't healing, that's destruction. Right. That's destruction. We're not walking in the steps of Christ. We're not walking in the steps of the Most High. We're not learning the lessons of the Father. But this is what we're supposed to be doing. The people are sick. The world is a dark place. We don't want to have the stability, the rock, the foundation.
Absolutely.
We go ahead and we give it to them. It could be something simple. Man, you know you need to stop sleeping around. Right, this is what tear up homes. Your children will go up without a father. Woo, 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 woo. Words of life. Oh, for real? You right. You never know. You never know. It's a disease they got going on in the mind. Sleep and lead, that's a disease. How they going to get healed if they don't hear the words of healing? It's a disease to hate people for no reason. What's the problem? Do you even know what you're mad for? I thought this is how it was supposed to be. That's how people are, though. They don't even know. Ask 50 people, 50 mad people why they mad. 49 of them going to say they don't know. The half going to say, I thought this was just what it was. Just saying. Go ahead and finish this. I'm finna get out of here.
And his fame went throughout all Syria. And they brought unto him all sick people that were taken with diverse diseases and torment.
So let's add something right here. You see what happened when you bring healing? When you bring healing, don't you see, you solving problems. What happened to Yeshua once he started bringing healing? Once he started to solve a problem, what happened? His fame went out. More people heard of him. And guess what happened? That drew people to him. Remember we stated earlier in the lesson, people that have great names, they've done great things. No, that's why their name is remembered above just the average. Right? They've solved problems. They brought the light. Why we don't have to sit on the back of the bus today? Exactly. But you know what? That process wasn't one day. It happened over the course of a year and some months. People had to sacrifice. People had to give up. But at the end of the day, guess what? A solution was made that's lasting even until now. People's lives can be changed and affected by that light, y'all. That's right. And the only reason you holding on to it because you're waiting on your Lord to crack the sky. You're waiting. The Bible called that a hearer of the word. Gotta be a doer. Yeshua was doing his thing. Go ahead.
And those which were possessed with devils, and those which were lunatic, and those that had the palsy.
This is why I'm on that. Malcolm X came through, right? He telling people what they was about. One of the things he was saying that they was about, that we don't drink, we don't recommend it and this and that. You know how many people he stopped from drinking themselves into a stupor? Right? Think about it. Just because they respect him. Influence. The words that they hear. Get up off that spirit, that mind-altering substance. Man, we got to have a clean body. You got to have knowledge. Influence. We trying to be influenced by the rock. Build our house on that rock. At the end of the day, that's all it's about. Go ahead and read.
And he healed them. And there followed him great multitudes of people from Galilee. You got
to realize you got healing in you too. It ain't just my job to go out and help, do good and heal people. It's your job too. You never know how much healing you got in you. But today we do stuff religiously. We do stuff where, like, the pastor's only one can pray in the church. Religion. That's religion. No, you do it. Well, if I'm doing it every time, what you doing? I'm just asking. It shouldn't be foreign. We're talking to God. Praying is talking to God. What you scared of? You know who trembled at the presence of God. Yeah. Let's go ahead and finish this, please.
25. And there followed him great multitudes of people from Galilee and from Decapolis and from Jerusalem and from Judea and from beyond Jordan.
That's the truth. But you see what he was doing? Healing people with the word of God. Bringing forth God's image to this earth. You know what God's image looked like? Exodus 34. You can go there on your own. That's what healing looked like. God's character. That's what you're supposed to be doing. The last place, 2 Corinthians 5th chapter. Gotta get over ourselves. 2 Corinthians 5. And too, we gotta learn how to help. A lot of times it's so foreign that we don't know how to help.
Right.
We gotta start. Start at the most basic level. You there? 2 Corinthians 5.
Yes, sir.
Pick me up at verse 17. This will be the last place.
Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach.
You see this? That's the rock. What's going to happen to him?
He is a new creature.
That's just bottom line. The very basic foundation of it. If you see the big IF, you got a choice. If you're in the Messiah, you're going to do the works of the Messiah. And if any man is in the Messiah, he's going to be a new creature. He ain't going to be led by that lust and that evil and that hatred.
Okay.
Right? He's cast those things out. He's gotten rid of those. So the things you casting out are those imaginations, those thoughts that oppose the will of God. Got to get rid of that. That's casting out demons. That's how you bring healing, getting rid of those unclean behaviors. So we need to become wise men and women to build our house on a rock so it can stand, so it can last, so it can endure. Because if the house endures, that's the one who got the reward. All right? So once again, the title is Build Your House on a Rock. Hope we got something out of the lesson. In Yeshua's name, I thank you for your time. Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Good to see everybody in the house. Praise the Most High Yah. All right. Shout out to our guests. Praise the Most High Yah for your presence. Y'all make sure we go do what we do. Meet and greet.